For complete news coverage, turn to the news station, 6 News.
You are looking live at a gas station in West Knoxville. It is quitting time tonight and sticker shock at the gas pump. We have in-depth coverage of this developing story, an oil crisis in Alaska.
Live from the news station, this is 6 News at 6.
BP officials say it could take weeks or even months to repair a pipeline that carries 8% of the nation's oil. Good evening, I'm Lori Tucker.
I'm Gene Patterson. New since 5, the company has announced that it will have to replace nearly 75% of the pipeline in Alaska's Prudhoe Bay oil field because it is severely corroded. And that means oil production will be reduced by nearly 500,000 barrels a day.
That announcement sent oil prices soaring to nearly $80 a barrel. The big question now, what does that mean for gas prices here? 6 News reporter Adam Longo joins us live with the answer. Adam.
And gas prices overnight on average here in Knoxville have gone up roughly 2 to 3 cents. Take a look at the marquee behind me at this pilot station. You can see $2.87 for a gallon of regular unleaded. Now pan off to the left a little bit. You can see North Shore Road just a few minutes ago, chock full of traffic. Why are prices so high? One word: demands. Take a look over here at the gas pumps. Pretty much all of them filled at this point, and they've been like that for about the last hour that we've been here. Now, it's not just a pipeline issue. It's not just demand. Also, geopolitical forces dictating the price of a barrel of oil. So the big question is, how high will prices go? And could we see gas as high as $4 a gallon?
Well, I sure hope not. Sure hope not. It would take a real severe, more disruption than this to cause $4 gasoline, in my opinion.
Now, there is another alternative to gasoline, ethanol, or E85. We've heard about it on the news for years, but how practical is it? We talked with that gentleman from Pilot about will that be in the Knoxville market anytime in the near future. You'll hear his comments tonight on 6 News at 11. We're live in West Knoxville. I'm Adam Longo, 6 News.
All right, well, let's take a look at gas prices tonight. The average per gallon here in Knoxville, $2.91. That is up a penny from just yesterday. Some analysts are predicting prices to rise another 3 to 5 cents over the next couple of days. And as AAA spokesman Don Lindsay tells us, consumers may actually drive prices up even more.
It's important not to go out and start buying a lot of gas all of a sudden to try to beat the price increases, because you can actually create price increases by creating an artificial shortage right around here.
Now, Lindsay says don't take price predictions literally. He says nobody can really tell you how much they might rise. Remember, you can always keep up with the latest gas prices on WATE.com.
Well, you might want to fill up if you're heading north on I-75 tonight. You see what the problem is there. Traffic down to one lane along this 2-mile stretch between Callahan Drive and Emory Road. Crews are doing bridge work, and they're working round the clock. Now, there are several ways to get around the construction. Take a close look at this map. You can take Clinton Highway or Broadway or Central Avenue Pike. Now, another traffic alert we want to pass along to you. The I-40 exits to Broadway in Knoxville will close in about an hour. Crews need to install a sewer pipe. The North 5th Avenue ramp will also close, but everything reopens at 6 in the morning. If you need to get to Broadway from I-40, you can take Cherry Street and Cecil Avenue back to Broadway.
Well, problems on Cecil Avenue as we speak. You see the area right behind me here. A water main break has closed one eastbound lane of Cecil between 8th and 9th Avenues tonight. 6 News reporter Eric Estep shows you what happened.
We're at the corner of Cecil Avenue and 8th Avenues where that water main broke around lunchtime today. Take a look. KUB already has the heavy equipment out. They're going to get ready to dig up this road here. You can see right there where the water main broke. X marks the spot there where they believe this leak is. You can see that the pavement's actually crumbled underneath. They're going to be digging into that pavement to try to isolate this leak. But all the water's dried up, as you can see now. But boy, when we first arrived here around lunchtime, the water was flowing down 8th Avenue here. You can see it bubbling up from under the street. And nearby, one of the auto repair shops just next door, the bottom had a little bit of water inside, but no major damage. Only 3 customers without water. This will close down one lane of eastbound traffic on Cecil Avenue from 8th Avenue down to 9th. It will be closed well through the 6 o'clock hour. In East Knoxville, Erica Estep, 6 News.
Now, you may think it's strange to hear about a water main break during summer months, but experts say that's actually when it happens most often. Although this particular break was not heat-related, utility workers say heat and drought can cause a main to burst. They also say an increase in water usage can cause a break. In this case, workers say it was just an old pipe.
Well, something else that may affect your travel plans tonight, a chance of storms. Six Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Matt Hinken joins us now with what's going on out there.
I had a couple earlier in southeast Kentucky, but it's been pretty dry for most of you. Notice the showers and thunder showers weakening very rapidly as they come out of Whitley County, McCreary County, Kentucky, sliding to the east and southeast, weakening very rapidly. Most of East Tennessee continues to be dry. The strongest storms have been up in southwest Virginia, but those two are sliding out of the region. Look at the temperatures from our weather watchers at the 6 o'clock hour. It's 91 in Madisonville, 93 from Bill Larson and Cedar Bluff, 94 from Cedar College and Rutledge, and 86 over at Ken Majors Place in Cosby. We do have an increased chance for rain, though. We'll talk more about that with 6 Predictor.
All right, thank you, Matt. Police are still trying to piece together how a bullet grazed a teenage store clerk's head last night. 19-year-old Mohammed Aldebet told police he was taking out the trash at the Quick Mart on Magnolia Avenue when someone drove by and shot at him. The .22 caliber bullet barely hit his forehead. He's very lucky. The teenager did not want to see a doctor, and detectives could not find any shell casings.
It was a bullet that was provided that the victim said was actually lodged in the side of his head, which was a .22 caliber. We have that, and we're also looking at that. That's part of the evidence that we recovered from the scene.
The victim says the shot came from a white Crown Victoria with tinted windows. The owner of the Quick Mart is offering a $2,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest.
It has been more than 2 weeks now since a woman's body was found floating in the Holston River behind a home. We check with police every day, and there's still no word on her identity. KPD investigators say they are waiting on information from a federal agency. The body was discovered beneath a pontoon boat docked beside Cliffside Lane. This waiting game is agonizing for the family of Bhavini Patel. She went missing in that same area just 1 week before the discovery of that Holston River body.
Campbell County is certainly no stranger to controversy. In the last 2 years, people there have dealt with a deadly school shooting and scandal within the sheriff's department. But now there's a new man in town. Gary Perkins beat out Sheriff Ron McClellan by 2,500 votes in last week's election. 6 News reporter Catherine Campbell asked Perkins how he plans to turn the department's reputation around.
My plans for the Sheriff's Department is get the pride and integrity back and the professionalism.
Gary Perkins is referring to events that happened under the leadership of current Sheriff Ron McClellan. Starting 2 years ago, 5 deputies beat an accused drug dealer. The former officers are now in federal prison. With
the amount of corruption that was going on within the department, I felt like that, it is tarnished, and the people feel that it was tarnished because that's the way they voted me in.
And many believe additional school resource officers were needed when high school student Kenny Bartley allegedly shot and killed an assistant principal and wounded 2 other administrators. Some blame Sheriff McClellan for asking taxpayers to foot the bill.
And the people here in this county, they're not saying that they don't want to help the children, keep the schools safe, help the teachers and so forth, but they're saying, hey, let's apply for some of those grants. Let's get the grants that are out there and available.
Perkins says as far as changes in the Sheriff's Department, there are more to come.
My plans are to evaluate each and every one that's employed with the Sheriff's Department. And I'm going to go over and evaluate them, and if they meet my criteria, what I'm going to have to be a deputy, then they'll be staying with me.
Perkins says he will likely appoint a new chief deputy and other administrative officers. He plans to make those decisions when he takes office on September 1st. In Campbell County, Catherine Campbell, 6 News.
Well, the trial that will determine whether Michael's restaurant will lose its beer permit is on hold once again. One of Michael's attorneys, Gregory Harrison, withdrew from the case today. Harrison recently learning that another one of his clients will be called as a witness for the city in their effort to revoke the beer permit. And because of that conflict, the remaining attorney must now find a new partner.
You have to work within the constraints of the system, and bringing on new counsel, it just can't be done overnight, but we're going to try to move as quick as we can.
The city claims Michael's has served beer to underage patrons, including one who died in a DUI crash back in May. The September 25th trial date has been postponed.
2 Knoxville men are behind bars tonight after a major cocaine bust in South Carolina. This happened Saturday in York County. Investigators found 5 kilos at 2 Fort Mill hotels. 34-year-old Victor Brown and 35-year-old David Sleet Jr. are charged with drug trafficking. A third suspect got away by jumping out of a second-story window at the hotel.
State-of-the-art technology meant to stop terrorists in their tracks, and it's right here in East Tennessee. We're going to show you. Plus,
we're fed up. I mean, it is to that point where we're fed up, and we want our fair shake of this.
For the first time, Boeing employees on strike. 6 investigates what that means for the world's largest jet manufacturer.
And new tonight on 6 News at 11, will new faces on the Knox County School Board mean changes for Hardin Valley High School? And with the Alaskan pipeline problems highlighting just how dependent we are on oil, we'll tell you about plans to bring alternative fuels to East Tennessee. That's tonight on 6 News at 11. We'll be back.
The world.
Well, to keep you safe, technology at its best, always on the cutting edge. For instance, just to get into a building, you might have to put in a code or a fingerprint, maybe even a retina scan. Well, now, as Good Morning Tennessee's Bo Williams found out, new technology is changing the face of security.
We're on the campus of Pellissippi State Technical Community College. I want to show you the latest in biometrics. Say I walk into this room, and we have this camera set up, and just like that, it's going to take an image of my face. As a matter of fact, it input all that information right into here. It is reading my facial features, trying to match it up maybe with another image to see if I should be here or not. Now, we should note, we've already inputted into this computer, I should be a person of suspicion. And just like that, you can see several red lines here, red bars, already detecting that I am a suspicious person, have no reason to be here. Matter of fact, we can play back what the camera just read in this video right here, and you can see, they can see exactly what I was doing when that image was taken. They get a better idea of what I was doing inside this room. So, Jeremy, you're playing this right now. It's reading all these images. How long does it take to detect whether or not a person should be there or not?
The process takes about 2 to 5 seconds.
So just like that, 2 to 5 seconds, you know whether or not someone should be on campus or at least in this room. They can then call someone, get them down here, and head me off at the pass before, or at least if anything, to find out exactly what it is I'm doing inside this room. So we should tell you, this is a base model, run you anywhere from $15,000 to $18,000, but of course, depending on how high tech you want to get, how many cameras you want to use, that number can escalate. On the campus of Pellissippi State, Bo Williams, 6 News.
Oh, that is fascinating. Well, here's some news you may want to hear. The Dixie Chicks have canceled their Knoxville concert after slow ticket sales. The country group has also canceled shows in other cities like Memphis, Kansas City, and St. Louis. Now, the Nashville show is still on, but we're told it's been pushed back to late fall.
95 degrees with a few spotty thunderstorms in the area today, but most of you aren't getting the benefit of that rain right now. Got a developing thunder shower. Closest one to Knoxville is just developing here, just to the southeast of Thornhill and near the Bean Station area, right along Cherokee Lake. This is continuing to move very slowly east-southeast, so this will probably, like the rest of the storms, develop for a little bit and then fall apart. If it holds together, projected to be toward Russellville at 639, Needmore 644 up to Whitesburg at 653, developing thunderstorm in that community. We have a few clouds overhead right now in East Tennessee, and what a way to cool off. How about this picture sent in to us from Linda Cox of Knox County up there in the Powell community? Got the grandson in there. That's Mario and Chaz. That's a good way to cool down. Hold your breath, kids. We got another chance for these showers and thunderstorms coming back to the area tomorrow afternoon, but tonight most of the shower and thunderstorm activity will die as the sun goes tonight. Sun goes to bed tonight, and we'll see the temperature early in the morning, probably near 70. A dry start to the day. This is 7 o'clock. By the afternoon, showers and thunderstorms develop again, but notice how if you draw a line along I-40, mainly south of the city, less coverage. North of the city, more coverage because we have a weak frontal boundary that's trying to get out of Kentucky. It looks like it's going to kind of wash out. Early on Wednesday morning, we started dry, but could see a better chance for showers and storms developing, especially the late Wednesday afternoon, with high temperatures only in the upper 80s and low 90s instead of what we saw last week when we were in the mid to upper 90s. A few clouds tonight, down to 72 after a chance for an evening thunder shower, a light breeze. Our sun's down at 8:35. The air quality forecast for Tuesday, the 8th of August already, into the moderate category, code yellow. Unusually sensitive people should limit those outdoor activities. And the forecast up on the plateau with a few more clouds and a better chance for those scattered storms, 89 degrees. A west breeze expected about 5 to 10 miles an hour. That's a better chance for showers and storms north of Knoxville. Over toward the mountains, some sun, some clouds mixed together with some scattered storms. We're talking about 30 to 40% coverage here and high temperatures in the middle 80s. And then here in the valley tomorrow, we'll still be close to 90, but nothing like we saw last week, and shouldn't be as warm as today. That was 95 again. A few scattered storms are possible. Sunrise at 6:49. So we'll increase that chance to 40% tomorrow, 30% Wednesday and Thursday. May have to increase it again on Friday and Saturday. Another system tries to work its way in our direction, but those temperatures do look a little bit more where they should be this time of the year. Average high this time of the year is 87 degrees. Here's our Matt Fact tonight. We've been through Chris so far. 3 so far this year, and this time last year we've already had 9 in the book. So it's been a much slower start to the hurricane season as compared to last year, but still plenty of time to go.
All right, thank you, Matt. Well, I have an idea. If you want to lose weight, go work out with the balls in this oppressive